why do people do TPM? Well, if you are an active infrastructure buyer, you probably have received about 1,000 emails in your life from TPM providers telling you how much money you can save, right? That's front and center. It's something that, attracts a lot of attention from a marketing standpoint, a prospecting standpoint for salespeople. So they loudly advertise that, right? That is true. It's like we said, it's market driven. But there's other benefits as well, right? In terms of TPMs can put multiple vendors under contract, right? If you've got Dell PowerEdge, you're running NetApp storage, and you've got Cisco access layer switches, we can put those all under one contract, right? With a single termination date, and then because we're at the tail end of life cycle, by nature, we are very flexible in terms of adding and removing, right? We understand that you're going to plan to remove devices as they age, and we make it as easy as we possibly can, and we anticipate that. And we also anticipate that you're going to want to add devices to your maintenance contract as they come off of your OEM warranty, or you make the decision that you're not going to buy the OEM warranty anymore, and you want to quickly add something. So we're very, very flexible and open, and our transactional processes are designed to accommodate that, as opposed to the draconian policies of OEMs, which is 1 year pre-buy, and if you want to cancel a month in, great, you're canceled, but you're not getting a refund. We're a lot more flexible than that. The service experience with TPMs, and specifically Rapid Care, is going to be much more favorable in terms of break fix. We don't use checklists. We practice quick to field dispatch, which means getting the ticket into the hands of the field or technical personnel to resolve the problem as quickly as possible once you're entitled. We don't do a lot of proving of cases or nagging about old or obsolete, right? Our break fix folks are really just focused on break fix, and that's all. We're not trying to manage a huge service organization and control costs like the OEMs do, where sometimes it can be very, very difficult to get service on something in terms of having to prove your case, right? And then asset sweating, right? Life cycle is kind of what this is all about. That's what CX Tech is all about. Our catchphrase is technology at your own pace. If you just consume the way that your reseller wants you to consume, you will be throwing away a lot of value in your infrastructure, and you'll be investing in areas of your infrastructure that might not need any investing in terms of the business purpose of the infrastructure that you're using, right? So we help you to kind of objectively evaluate that, right, in terms of figuring out what you want to accomplish with your life cycle, right? In terms of you want to get another 2 or 3 years out of the x86 generation that you're currently running. We can help you figure that out, right, in terms of how you're going to do that. And it isn't, we're not going to be the company that's going to be, well, take a great leap forward and throw the latest generation of hardware at it, right, of all your technology problems. There's a lot of OpEx and CapEx stuff that we can get into in terms of trying to figure that out, in terms of, avoiding the investments and extending the life cycle of the devices. And probably the thing that's most insightful that we can share is that once you start to engage and actually buy TPM, your reseller or your OEM reseller sales rep is going to treat you differently. You're going to have more leverage because they're going to treat you more as a savvy buyer, because you are not, you're bringing in real competition into the infrastructure marketplace, that they don't really want you to do that because they want you to basically take their advice in terms of, oh, this device is old, we're going to increase the maintenance cost on it because it's so old. Once you start to engage with a TPM provider and actually do business with one, then your reseller is going to become much more flexible and compliant to your wishes. So more advantages. Okay, so competitive alternative to OEM support, right? The whole point of it is, in a lot of cases with mature infrastructure, is all about break fix, and we certainly provide that, right? In terms of that's what, most people who are running devices in the fifth, sixth, seventh year, they really just want uh, the basic technical support and the break fix know-how that's going to make sure that that device has got some type of an SLA-driven support program in place, so that if it fails, that you've got a plan, right? There's a go-to plan on it, and we definitely provide that. The ability to reduce OpEx, right? As if you're on OEM maintenance plans, they invariably go up year over year, and that's just part of the sales pressure to get you to consider refreshes. Right? All this other stuff, in terms of, we just pretty much just talked about this in terms of, and the last one is what I want to really highlight is a lot of companies have solved kind of the TPM riddle in terms of, I can't get support from the OEM anymore, or I'm not going to pay that ridiculous price, by developing their own self-sparing programs and their own self-maintenance programs, which, you know, that can be challenging, right, in terms of trying to operate that yourself and keeping track of inventory, making sure that, used inventory is properly handled and that you get replacements when you consume inventory, having a place to store it, making sure that it's staying fresh and active and all that sort of stuff. The answer to that is you don't have to do that anymore, right? That's the whole idea in terms of maintaining your own set of spares out of retired equipment and all that sort of stuff. In the end, it's something that you can buy from the marketplace, and that's kind of what we're here to talk about in terms of you know you don't have to do it, right? There's a market alternative to help you you know support gear past its OEM end of life date, or support gear that's you know the investment in terms of the price point is much too high. You don't have to do it yourself, right? You don't have to solve that problem yourself. We're here to help.